Hello and welcome to the Not So Chillcast. I'm your I'm your host Joshua.
I'm your co-host, Robert.
This is our guest,
Yeah, hi. Name's Zarhakar. Pleased to meet ya.
Sarhakar. Sarhakar. Yep. Okay. So this is the second official episode of Bustin' Beanies.
Oh
Whatever.
boy.
Got
The not so
whatever
chill cast.
whatever that joke was supposed to be. Um, it fell flat on its face. Um,
Yep.
yeah. But yeah. This is the second episode. Um, we were technically the idea that I originally had was that the second episode was going to be a Halloween spooktacular, but it's now November 1st, so
Dang, we started just 1 minute too late.
yeah. Oh, there goes Czar. We apologize for this inconvenience of Czar just dropping. Oh shit. I might have to
Well,
make a. Oh, damn.
that was
Well,
the
that's fine.
thing. Probably won't upload this.
Our fucking guest is gone, and we're only a few fucking minutes.
We told him Insanity would see. We didn't think it'd be this quick.
Literally, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Holy shit. I wonder when he's coming back.
I wonder if he is coming back.
Oh no, this is just gonna have to be another you and me episode with, like, there's a guest for a minute, and then the guest is gone and doesn't come back.
That'd be amazing. Oh.
Well, at least he got his wish. He finally got into one of the podcasts after, like, 3 different times of missing it.
He was here.
Yep,
Don't know where
yep.
he went, but he was here.
Yep. To you viewers at home, comment below on what you think of the new layout. I did it myself. There's something missing. I don't know. It's weird.
I still think it looks perfectly fine.
I don't know. It doesn't feel right, you know. There's something that doesn't feel right because I really like the idea of it being, like, really simplistic, you know.
Yeah. Simplistic layout for a simplistic podcast.
Originally, like, my idea for a good layout, originally, like, after the first episode, I thought of something where it's like the background is completely black. There are little pixel icons to represent us with our names below. Like, I was gonna be a heart, you were gonna be, like, something. Zara was gonna be, like, a shark or something like that. Like the head of a shark, or, like, the fin of a shark.
Yeah.
That's, like, sticking out of the water. I don't know what the fuck Michael or Velocity were gonna be, but, like, I had that idea where it's like, oh yeah, it'd be great. Oh shit, our guest is back. Holy shit.
He's here.
What happened?
Hi, sorry about that. I lost internet connection.
Oh boy. Insanity immediately ensued.
Indeed it did.
Okay.
You don't need to use a radio show host voice.
Oh, well, I mean, am I doing that?
Just use your normal voice. Yeah, you're kind of doing that. It's very apparent that you're doing that.
Sorry.
You're still doing it.
This is how I talk when I'm being cool, okay?
We're not cool.
Fuck how you
No,
normally speak.
I'm telling you right now, we're not cool, and like only 6 people are gonna see this.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not like fucking 3,000 people are gonna hear you and just be like, oh man, he sounds so cool. Like, no. We all sound like
Well, I mean,
dorks.
You never know.
Our first official episode was a D&D session. We're dorks.
We're dorks, yeah. More nerds.
Well, yeah, I'm not disputing that.
More nerds. But, yeah. We're not the coolest people around. My channel's gonna be full of Pokemon and D&D.
Yeah. Mine's just full of me reading scary stories, which I was gonna read. I was gonna do a Halloween spectacular for today, but last night when I was recording, I got really frustrated because I kept messing up, and then I didn't do it, and then I slept all day, and then I woke up and I was completely home alone. It was weird.
That would have been nice. I love being home alone.
Yeah.
I get to set up a whole bunch of booby traps around the house.
So I have the sinking suspicion that the reason why my internet may have dropped is because of other errant members of my family being upset at me for being up this late.
Again, you don't have to continue with that voice.
I think at this point it's somewhat of an unconscious thing, and I can't stop doing it even if I tried. So
I just imagine it as like just like something along the lines of like it's like yes, this is how I normally
This
talk.
is how I normally talk.
I have never spoken like any other way in my entire life.
well, I
This is
am
my
trying
home.
to moderate my volume right now, so
Mm.
that's another reason.
Yeah.
Plus, this isn't an ASMR channel. If you guys want to see
I
ASMR,
apologize. I apologize for any listeners I might be inadvertently putting to sleep.
if you guys want to watch some ASMR videos, go to YouTube and look up Melancholy ASMR. That's where you'll find my channel. It's full of spooks and goop. That's probably I don't know. I didn't.
No,
That's
we're
probably
just
racist
gonna cut
slur.
that off. We're just
Actually,
gonna cut
no.
that one off.
No.
No,
Okay.
you have to.
No,
No, you have
that's
to keep
probably a
it in.
racist slur. That's probably a racist slur. I didn't.
It is a. It is.
No,
a
I
racist
meant
slur.
like we're going to stop the joke right there and not
Oh
continue.
yeah.
Cut it
Robert,
off. What do you think? I can edit?
swear,
I'm always saying no.
Robert, let's keep the editing to a minimum. All right, just trust me on this.
We don't edit
I
at all.
don't edit.
Robert
That's the
doesn't have an
point.
editing program.
How the fuck do you crop the video then?
I don't.
It's ODS.
Yeah.
Or ODS? No,
I'm
it's Official Duck
OBS.
Studio. No.
Crop the video in the time dimension.
It's OBS. There we go.
I don't.
That's what it is. It's OBS. Sorry. If you guys want to watch some funny videos, go to YouTube and look up Official Duck Studios. They're insane.
Official Duck Studio.
Okay, no.
I bet
I've
you.
sold out.
I bet you there's a channel called.
It's literally no one's going to look at it. This is going to be worthless to everyone involved.
Pretty much.
Unless somehow in the future we end up with like thousands of watchers or listeners rather, I guess, that like go back and it's like Official Duck Studios, I better look that up, and then like they're annoying as shit and they like tweet at Reese it's like I started watching your videos because blank this not so Chillcast, and no one's gonna give a shit. Or maybe we'll get Reese on the podcast. Or Tyler. I hope it's Tyler. I prefer Tyler. I like Tyler. Tyler and Joey are the best. I ship them so hard.
I'm still not too. I'm kind of. It's estranged about that. The name Not So Chillcast.
It's a good name. We're not chill. We're fucking insane and nerds.
Yeah, we're a bunch of random fucking idiots.
You don't listen to this to chill out. If anything, you'd probably listen to this to get mad at some idiots.
Or laugh at
Oh yeah,
them,
those
which is what
fucking
I
idiots. I
usually
hate
do.
them.
You're one of them.
Well, all three, one of them.
Yeah, everyone in this goddamn group is an idiot.
Pretty much. They're just varying forms of idiots.
Yeah. The idiocy in this group is astounding, and I
Love it.
can't. You know, at some point I'm not going to be able to handle it, but as of right now, it's just funny.
Yeah. It's funny at points. Other times it can get a little on my nerves.
Frustrating. Yeah. Sometimes I can laugh at you guys. Sometimes you make me horribly frustrated and wish I never joined this group. No, that's a lie. That's a lie.
Yeah.
No? Is it?
You do make
I
me
don't believe you.
frustrated, but I love being in this group. It is amazing, and I will be sad the day I'm kicked out of it.
Which will be never. If most of us have something to say about it.
And this podcast is going to be a dark memory for me.
Oh boy, a dark memory.
Dark memory.
How dark can this memory ever be?
Fuck.
Black as the...
Sorry. Got it. Yes. Undid the thing. Because it got... I don't know.
Did the thing because it got... I don't know. Okay. Whatever.
I'm not going to continue that sentence because no one knows what the fuck is going on. You guys like spooks? Head over to Melancholy ASMR.
Okay. Yeah, that's enough of that now, John.
Is that legitimately like another channel of yours?
No, I don't know, because I don't do ASMR videos. If I did ASMR videos, they would all just be relax with Satan. I am always Satan. Always.
Oh, of course.
And if you're not Satan, your bed can summon Satan. The listeners won't get that.
No.
So what do you two want to do?
Maybe that's a topic for a later podcast.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's see, what should we do? Well, I mean, what can we do? I mean, that one D&D session we had. Okay, this is like a belated spooky episode, so let's talk about some ghost stories, I guess. You guys have any experiences with Haints?
No, not really. People I know said they have, but
Well, I don't know about Haints, but I once saw a bottle of Heinz mustard. That was pretty scary.
I can't believe I am dating this man. You should know what Haints mean. You live in the South.
Oh, I know what Heinz means. I was just making a fucking joke. I
Yeah.
can't resist making those.
To our listeners who don't know, Haints is the southern word for ghost.
And to those listeners who also don't know, Josh here is my boyfriend.
Yes, we're dating. Sorry, ladies. For him, not for me. Because no one
That's not true.
I guess it's not true. At least Zara loves me.
Uh-huh.
I have some spooky ghost. Actually, no, I don't really have any ghost stories. Mostly because ghosts don't exist, much like God.
Oh boy.
No,
Yeah,
we're not going there.
Yeah,
No, we're not
And
going
with
there.
that statement, with the gay thing, and with that statement, we just lost all 2 of our potential viewers of this podcast. Thank you for not watching.
Thank you for not watching, you piece of shit.
They couldn't handle the not chill.
You couldn't handle the not chill. This isn't chill. I'm very aggressive about my opinions.
Yeah, that may be too aggressive. Let's not go in that direction, like, ever.
God is actually a really poorly written character.
Okay,
For
like,
being...
no.
Okay. I'll stop. I do have somewhat of a ghost story, actually. Though, again, I don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts are they're very interesting. And this isn't a ghost story of mine. This is a ghost story I heard about, like, a long time ago or something. I don't know the person that this happened to, and I don't know the person who told the story of the person that this happened to. But the story goes something like this. So, this kid, let's I don't actually know his real name, but let's call him Jake for the sake of this. This kid, Jake, apparently he decided to go hop the fence to a private residence, which also happened to be a semi-abandoned warehouse kind of thing. It was being renovated and people were off for the night, so he and his friends decided it would be a real good idea. So our boy Jacob, he and his friends wander onto the lot, and of course it's the middle of the night. It's spooky. Some of the friends get a little bit antsy about it, or antsy about it. They're just like, I don't know, man. He's just like, shut up, we can do it. It's like, it's not spooky. And then, long story short, with that part, they got inside of the building because they broke into it, which I would not recommend because that is a criminal offense. Also, jumping the fence into a private lot is also a criminal offense. Yeah, so they got inside of the building, and at first things seemed kind of normal, except for the fact that everyone was cold. But then again, it could have been anything. It could have been the weather. Could have been a cold night. Who the fuck knows? But so they're in there, and then something happens. One of the kids trips. Now I say trips. In reality, from the story, one of the kids said that they got, they got pulled slightly, like they got tripped by something and not just tripping over themselves. I suspected they probably just tripped over themselves and stuff, but whatever. That's the story, you know. That's how it went in the story. He trips. The kid says that something tripped him, and he's really freaked out. The other kid is freaked out. Jacob is no wuss. Jacob is no wuss. He tells them that they're just being stupid. And Jacob tells them that they're just being stupid, and one of the kids, the other kid, the one that wasn't tripped, said that she heard something. She heard the voice of someone, and at this point Jacob is a little bit scared, but not because he thinks there's ghosts, more so because he thinks that there's someone on the lot. Then they saw something or something. One of them ran. That's kind of the way it went, and there's something about it being a ghost, but honestly, I don't think it was a ghost. I think they were just hearing things, or someone else was on the lot or something. But of course, if it's spooky, and if someone gets tripped and they swear that they didn't trip over themselves and that something tripped them, gotta be ghosts. So
Gotta be ghosts.
I'm sure in the moment it was kind of spooky, for the most part, but thinking back on it, like, if that were me thinking back on it, I'd know that there was no ghost. It was just some kids being stupid, and then one of them tripped over himself, and then everyone else got kind of spooked. Like, then there was another one about a pizza guy that got called, and he had to go order a pizza to this place that was kind of out of the way, but he had to, and it was the last job that he had to do that night, and so he went, and then it turned out that the house was actually abandoned or something. It was probably a murderer.
It was probably a murder.
Just stuff like that. I don't know. I don't really believe in ghosts. Like they're just kind of. I mean, if ghosts are supposed to be souls, there's no way that they exist because I don't believe in souls. But if souls did exist, and so did Satan, I'd totally sell my soul to Satan.
Okay, Josh.
I'd do it.
So I just found something weird and creepy.
Oh. Do
Uh,
tell.
9 dismembered bodies reportedly found in Japanese apartment.
Okay. I mean, it happens.
That should not be something that just happens.
It does though. Like people, there are murderers. There are people that mutilate and dismember corpses and
Yeah.
shit like that.
You know what?
What?
In Japan, they found an apartment building filled with 9 dismembered.
Yeah, I just...
That's what my friend Robert just said.
Yeah, we're on the same. Oh, I understand you, Bob.
Go back to bed and don't
No.
call him Bob. Go back to bed.
Our unofficial second guest, Josh's brother.
Who's trying to sleep, and let's not talk about him. Well, there's some other stuff. I think there was something about like there were some people that got killed in New York or something like that. This is kind of dating the episode a little bit, but who gives a shit? People die all the time. I'm sure if this podcast is still around in 20 years, there's still gonna be a news story about people who are fucking killed in New York.
Yeah, that unfortunately happens a lot.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't say unfortunately is the word for it.
Josh, it's a loss of
it
life.
happens.
It's unfortunate.
Shrug. It happens. I don't know the person. I don't know their families. I don't really feel too much for it.
I don't know anything about it either. It's still unfortunate. That's a loss of life.
Oh yes, because me saying, like, me saying to the families of those dead people, I'm sorry.
Oh
people
no,
that
it's
you
not
cared
going
about
to
are
help.
dead.
It's not going to help. But it's still... I just can't not feel bad.
I have a hard time feeling bad for most people.
I have a hard time not feeling... I have a hard time feeling good when shit like that happens.
There's a bunch of like spooky stories I know that I just can't remember right now.
Yeah.
Also, again, I'm just saying, I really love the fact that we're doing a spooky episode in fucking November.
It was supposed to start like 40 minutes ago when it was still this October 31st.
Hey, still October for me.
No,
Let me just tell you about how fucking moist this Halloween was. This fucking... Okay.
Why'd you have to say it
Rained
like
the
that?
entire day.
Oh, okay.
yeah, it rained today too,
okay.
but there was snow mixed in, so beat that.
My sky
No,
was
I don't-
clear.
Like, I don't know what the fuck people do if it's like raining and it's like Halloween. Like, how do you even trick or treat?
Yeah, you
Like,
get a
really?
poncho or
Yeah.
a coat, and then you go out.
Back when I was-
What time? When's your candy get all soggy though?
Here's the thing. Back when I was little, I was really excited to go out and go trick or treating, but then there was freezing rain, and they were like, "Nope, can't." Like the news was like, "We can't go trick or treating anymore, sadly, because it's freezing rain. It's gonna stay around until after the point you're supposed to do it, or something like that." And most people didn't really go trick or treating, so I don't think that people go get candy during that time. But yeah. Oh,
Well,
here's
why
that.
not? Why not just like Why can't they just be like rescheduled to like tomorrow or something?
You can't do that because apparently you can't have Halloween on November the 1st.
You can't have Halloween on the.
It's a fucking stupid rule.
It's either October 31st or nothing.
Go back to your weird language. October 31st or get out.
Get out. Let's see. Oh yeah. Speaking of Halloween, now considering that this is technically the Spooktacular episode, name the episode that, by the way. Episode 2, Spooktacular November 1st.
Spectacular November 1st. Okay.
This is your unofficial Halloween in November. So fucking take it, you peasants. Oh, here's my
God.
yeah, considering this is a Spooktacular episode, here's my unofficial review of those two movies, those two Halloween movies that Cartoon Network made. It was Scary Godmother and Scary Godmother 2, Jimmy's Revenge.
Oh, that wasn't that bad.
Here's my review of them. The animation is fucking horrible. And I don't know why, but I absolutely adored those movies when I was a child and haven't watched them since. So
Those movies aren't that bad. They're actually really good. I like them.
apparently now that I kind of look back on it, and I even watched a review recently of the movie. Apparently, both the first movie is just like an awkward adult party. Like
Yeah, basically.
nothing is going on, and then they think ordering pizza will make it better, and then they do, and it doesn't get better.
Yeah, it's 100% just an awkward party.
Yeah. And then in the second movie, it's not that awkward of a party, but if it were in real life, it would be awkward.
Basically, it's just two parties.
Yeah. Then again, for me, any party would be awkward because I'd probably just sit around the food or lock myself in the bathroom.
Ah, yes, Joshy in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Nope, Joshy in the bathroom.
I've actually been to a couple parties.
What?
I've not really
Yeah.
been to a. Technically, I haven't really been to a party. I mean, I was at a few Halloween parties when I was little, but they were just me and my family, and then some family friends. And the only thing I remember from those years were those fucking amazing sugar cookies. Like, they were soft, and on Halloween they put orange frosting on, but every other time that they have pink, and then on Christmas they have green frosting, and they're fucking amazing in diabetes.
Speaking of those, I have some downstairs.
Oh really?
Yep.
Holy
Well,
shit.
I actually don't remember. I think I went to multiple parties, but I'm not sure. There's only one I remember, and I had Jello shots, and sat on the couch having a philosophical conversation with some dude from Nigeria.
Yeah. Well,
It was
that's
pretty cool.
That's a weird party.
I mean, a minor having jelly shots is definitely a weird party.
Oh yeah, I remember another one. It was a barbecue for a birthday party, and I basically stayed inside the entire time just playing billiards.
Hmm.
And that was cool because if I wasn't doing either of those things for each party, I wouldn't have anything else to do. So it's like a godsend.
I kind of speaking of birthday parties and stuff like that, my family always does this thing. I'm sure I've told you guys about it before, but for me, my family always does this thing every year where it's my birthday. I have two different kind of parties. I have one party that's on my actual birthday, and then one party that's on the next day, which kind of fits in because I was born on the 30th of December, but I think I was born a little bit on the edge because I was technically supposed to be a New Year's baby, but then I came earlier than expected. So, um, they kind of do that, and the secondary party kind of fits in with the whole it's a New Year's, and we drink non-alcoholic grape juice shit in a
Yeah.
wine bottle, and like eat fucking ribs.
Yep.
Seriously, I fucking swear I want alcohol this year. Like I want it. Like it would be illegal. I know. I'm only gonna be 19 when that day comes. But like I
You're,
want to drink.
you're tired of the sparkling grape juice?
I'm tired. It's good, but I hate it. Like I just need something good. I don't want like a fucking like New Year's where I'm just sitting doing nothing or just on my computer not worrying about the fact that oh hey there's a new year coming. Just I don't give a shit and I need something to give a shit about.
uh,
Like I need alcohol this year. I swear to fucking God I need it. Like
I
yeah.
never have
Don't
it.
let don't let arbitrary units of rotation around the sun change your life or affect your life. Fuck, I messed up that quote.
Yeah, I don't let it really affect my life. It's just like, oh, it's a new year. Okay, that means that means I'll get more candy in the coming months. More sweets.
Candy.
You got Valentine's Day, which my family always gives me a box of chocolates. Um, and then you got Easter, which is always good.
Yeah.
Last year on Easter, which I didn't know you guys, or not last year, this year actually. I didn't know you guys this year when the Easter came around, but I remember asking for a large, basically like one of those chocolate bunnies, like because I like those chocolate bunnies, like the ones that are hollow. They're really good. And then when I went and got my Easter basket, there was just a goddamn giant chocolate bunny in it. Like it was bigger than my monitor, and it was made with like really cheap chocolate. And it took me days to eat it. I think I
Damn.
still have a picture of it on my phone. Let me see. Uh, I'll link it, or not link it. I'll like show it in chat to
I
you
pity
guys.
the list. I pity the viewers who are unable to experience this chocolatey rabbit goodness.
I love
I
chocolate
mean,
bunnies. Chocolate bunnies are amazing.
maybe if it's kind
The
of a bad
delicious
picture.
image.
It's kind of a bad picture, but this was the best picture I could get. But,
Dang.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ! That is a terrible picture. I can't even tell what's going on.
yeah, it's not. I think I have another image too. I think. Let me see if I can find it. I think I took two pictures of it. Maybe. This was farther back. This was December. Uh, oh, here's a better image. This one has a light. And you can see the thing. Yeah. There's my microphone for comparison, by the way. A little bit. I didn't mean for it to do that.
Yeah,
Like,
that
I had to hold that
bunny's
thing like a
huge.
baby. Like, it was fucking giant.
I wish I got giant bunnies like that.
It was
Oh
made with
man,
shitty chocolate, though.
Why are these chocolate bunnies always like look like they could be the image could be cropped and the caption "Kill me" could be put underneath it?
Yeah, I
Kill
guess
me.
go ahead and save that image, drop it real quick into the video to show the viewers what I mean by fucking giant fucking chocolate bunny.
Give me a
You
sec.
seem to forget that Robert has no editing software.
No, he can drop it in. He's
Yeah,
using OBS.
Oh, really?
I did it before
Oh.
in the um thing that no one saw when they were talking about Krillin. I posted the picture that I did of that meme. Oh shit, that's huge.
Yeah.
No, the
It's,
image came out huge on the screen.
oh shit. Well, yeah. There's you get a good look at that, my boys, my viewers. Look. It's it was fucking huge. Like chocolate, like cheap ass dollar store chocolate.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's still chocolate though, and chocolate's amazing no matter what.
Well, cheap chocolate isn't all that good. Okay. I swear, like, yeah, like I got that, and then
It's so
it was
terrible.
all in all, it was a pretty decent Easter. Um, because yeah, it was a pretty decent Easter because a YouTuber I like uploaded an Easter related video, and that's all. That's the only thing that made it good. Oh yeah, actually, speaking of that, let me see something real quick. I believed that Ashens was going to upload another Halloween video on Halloween because he mentioned something about doing that, but I don't think he did. Yeah, no, he didn't. Oh, didn't even finish watching the Halloween related shit like Monster Hunt 2017 by Nightmind and Relax with Paul, Scary ASMR Halloween Special by Ephemeral Rift, or Vinny Spooktober Horror Games, Japanese Horror Edition Part 6 by Vinny Vinesauce, or um, what are other YouTubers I care about? I want to plug. Or, apparently Creeps McPasta just uploaded a video called Halloween Special question mark.
Halloween special question.
Oh, or Jeff the Killer, Scars of Corruption by Mr. Creepypasta. Though I wouldn't really watch that video because I'm not a big fan of Jeff the Killer. He's not really all that well written. Or or I will never give out candy on Halloween again. Creepypasta by Creepypasta Jr. Or
I'll never give out candy again.
or horror characters in the Fairly Odd Parents style by Butch Hartman. Oh man. Or no, I wouldn't watch that video actually. Or Halloween special review Over the Garden Wall by AJ Universe.
I've never even heard of that show or movie.
Or Flightless or Flashlight Mythbuster.
What about Mythbusters?
Flashlight Mythbusters by Critical.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus.
It's
Wow.
special.
Okay.
Critical. Okay, Critical is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Critical is awesome. I love Critical. He's the best. I remember, like, when I first started watching his videos, I laughed harder than I'd ever laughed before.
Also, this podcast is a shameless ripoff of the official podcast. Just saying that now.
Well, no, actually, it's not really. I mean, I would know though. I've never watched a single episode of the official podcast.
Yeah, me either.
Shame on you.
But I think he's only saying that because he wanted it to. He wanted the title of the podcast to be similar to the official podcast, to
Yeah,
which I said no to
I
because
really
I thought
like
it was stupid.
I I really like. Well, I mean, it's like, oh, it can be the unofficial podcast.
Yeah,
Nah.
but that's stupid though. Like I get it.
Well, I mean,
It's funny, but it's not. It's not my style of humor. Obviously, it's not my style of humor because you're really into puns, and puns make me want to fucking pull out my flesh until you can see muscle.
well, I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, me and Robert, like, we threw back names back and forth, like, alone once. Like, there's like a couple of names. There's the modern podcast. There's the unofficial podcast. There's the just the podcast or the podcast, the only podcast.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Next time on episode 3, why I hate my job.
Why I hate my job.
Why I want to claw out my flesh until you can see muscle.
Ew,
It's great.
let's not go into detail about that.
Why I want to claw out my eye. Why I want to claw out my corneas. Fucking-
Okay.
Why I want to claw out my head until you can see my skull.
Yeah, we're done. We're done now.
Speaking of horror, I'm actually, as we speak, I'm finishing up or working on the rough layout for or basically reinventing the what do you call it? The rough layout for the site for my SCP Containment Breach inspired campaign.
Yep. I had an SCP inspired campaign, but it wasn't really like SCP Containment Breach inspired, it was just normal SCP inspired.
Well, I mean, this sort of stems back from the fact that I have this thing, okay, where at some points I get really, really, really into games, and I just not just play them, but I actually go on these just like extreme lengths to go and like add features to games, like in concept and idea, and I just get really into that. I did it for Minecraft. I did it for SCP Containment Breach. I did it for like Town of Salem, other things, right? So yeah, I really wanted to add some to redesign some parts of SCP Containment Breach, but I never got the opportunity to like even post about my stuff. I tried modding it, tried doing stuff in the modding, never really worked out. Well, maybe I gave up too soon, or other stuff caught my attention. So basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm reinventing a kind of layout I previously did for the site that the game takes place in. You know how you have the different zones: light, heavy containment, the offices. Yeah, well, I'm basically adding a bunch more of them and making it more interconnected and stuff. So just an FYI.
Okay, well, good. Good
I've
for you.
never played SCP. I don't even know what it stands for.
SCP,
stands for
Secure, Contain, Protect.
Uh-huh. Also, Scary Clown Protocol, according to Dr. Bright.
Scary clowns. No, thank you.
Here's the thing. There are a lot of SCPs that are really interesting, and I even created my own SCP a long time ago, but I'm not
What?
going to talk about him because
Why
he's
not? Why not?
horrible.
It probably doesn't exist anymore, does it?
The idea was like he was this SCP that was like just like a normal person, but like he kind of had random teleportation and also like something like it was random teleportation and sometimes people would die while around him for some reason. Like, because
Uh,
in certain situations, because he's in the room, the air would get thinner and thinner, and basically kind of choke out whoever is there, sort of, and like vaguely, but not really, or something like that. It was weird.
well, that idea
Well,
failed.
well, did it? Whatever happened to the article?
I never made the article. I created the idea, and then I didn't do anything with it. Now that I'm older, I'm like
Oh,
kind of stupid.
I didn't mean his idea, I meant something I was trying to do.
Yeah, like I do, because there are a lot of really interesting SCPs. Um, there are ones that like I want to create an SCP based campaign that's like not like containment breach. It's more like SCPs in the wild.
ah,
You know?
yes. Observe the natural SCP in its natural habitat. Watch as it attempts to mate with another member of its species, but unfortunately, it looks like its display was not enough, and today it will not find a
Okay,
mate.
no, no more documentary voice. It's funny for a while, and then it kind of just gets boring.
Oh, look at that fucker. He sure got some teeth on him. I poke him with a stick.
Poke him with a stick.
Yeah, so like just sort of more like because I'm a big fan of anomalous stuff. Scientific anomalies are like my go-to thing. I absolutely adore them. Um, like anomalies are fucking amazing. Something that I know of that exists that isn't technically an anomaly. It's called I believe it's called a moonbow or a moon rainbow.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Basically, when a a waterfall's water reflects the light of the moon, it can create these kind of circular rainbows made out of moonlight.
Yeah.
It's not really anomalous in any way, shape, or form because it's not an anomaly, but it is kind of interesting and strange.
You know what is anomalous and cool?
Uh,
Ball lightning.
oh yeah, ball lightning. I guess technically it's anomalous, but another thing that's actually anomalous in the way that I like is a long time ago, forget how long ago, some sea scientists, I guess as they're called, picked up a very loud sound deep below, like on the ocean's surface, but like
Oh
in a
yeah, the
part that was
bloop.
really deep. Like
The bloop.
yeah, the bloop. Because when you speed it up, it sounds like a bloop.
The
It's
bloop.
just it was just God taking a really massive shit.
And like that's one of those anomalous things that I'm really interested in. Like things that are weird and probably shouldn't be because that noise sounded like it came from something that was bigger than the biggest known sea creature that they know of that exists today.
See, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it was great, and it's like that's the kind of anomalies I like. Like things that are very like no one can explain. They're very unexplainable, and they'll probably go explain unexplained for a really long time.
Yep.
Because
Speaking of huge sea creatures, there's actually an SCP that's that.
oh
Bigger, huge. No, there is, I remember. I've read a lot of articles.
yeah, yeah. At one point I was really super into SCP, and like I was fucking around with like virtual machines, and I made like a really like hardcore like virtual machine that was like it was basically run off of like Windows 98. Yeah, it was Windows 98, and it was like this real hardcore like everything that I could have changed about it changed to be very reminiscent of like how the SCP Foundation would do their computers, all the way down to like having the name of the computer be something that was like, like something that they would make the name of a computer, like for the specific person and shit like that. And like, I even went down to the fact that like the password was legitimately like, it was something like it was like the security number, like this, is that the word, like the number that like each of the workers, because like the people who are used for experiments with certain SCPs are like level 0, and then there's like level 1 and level 2 and stuff like
You're
that.
talking about D class. D
Yeah,
stands for disposable.
yeah, like D class, C class, whatever the fuck. And like I made like the password like the specific class of the person that like had it, as well as like some shit like a random birthday I came up for the character that would own it or some shit like that. And I went like all out, like as hardcore as I possibly could to make this thing like super like SCP like, and then or like SCP Foundation like, and then and then I ended up the virtual machine ended up crashing, and I didn't have a save state from before the crash, so it just kind of died.
Dang, that sucks.
Shame.
Yeah. Even like looking back on it now, it was kind of cool, but not really,
Yeah.
Shit. It's getting cold and my legs are starting to hurt. It was so, spooky. I will end this, because I think it's about time we should end this because it's getting a little bit drawn out. But I think.
Oh, is it really time? Have we gone over the hour mark yet?
Probably.
Oh.
Oh, the second unofficial guest joins at the very.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing a podcast.
Yeah, no, we're
Oh shit, it's
about
Michael.
to end it. We're about to end it.
Yeah, I was about to end. Hi, Michael.
Okay, so
How do you
I
feel,
like
Leo?
how the podcast. I like how the podcast is basically just commentate on listen to Josh talk and commentate ever
Yeah,
so often.
yeah, sorry about that. All right, well, before we end this, I have one last spooktacular story for you folks at home.
Hmm?
What's this one?
This is a this is a 2-sentence story. Let's see if any of you have heard it. The last man on the earth sat alone. There was a knock at the door.
Yep, I've heard that one before.
Probably.
It was
Also-
the last woman.
Oh, well, anyways, who was phone?
Oh boy.
Time to end this fucking podcast because Jesus Christ, it's getting long, and I don't have the mental capacity to deal with bullshit right now. So, see you guys, see you listeners, next time, during episode 3, the episode where I have a mental breakdown.
Don't do any of that because it's weird. We'll see all of you guys later.
Have a
We've
mental
been your
breakdown.
host.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
Thank
your
you for
host.
watching.
Bye bye.
Jesus.